another group that I think we both felt really encouraged by their first album, which is Black Midi, dropping Schlagenheim back in 2019 with BM I think being the clear standout from that to us.
Yeah.
But overall, just like this very strange, uh, unique energy and feel and Black Midi, has really kind of set the stage for this UK rock emergence of, I guess, like what's being called now avant rock. This like
Yeah.
it's undefinable. It feels like in a lot of
hmm
ways.
Post punk, math rock, noise rock, experimental rock. It's a lot of rocks. Yeah, it's definitely hard to pin down, especially song to song. And I would say Black Midi is the hardest to quantify of the three groups we're thinking of. Of course, Squid and Black Country New Road have already released new records this year. But yeah, this trio of UK bands continue to surprise me, confound me. It depends song to song, and I have to say, Cavalcade, Black Midi's second album, uh, I had a hard time with this one. Got to be honest.
What do you feel like made this a harder listen than some of the other albums we've checked out?
Yeah, I think it's just like they are very much going to the beat of their own drum, and that beat is often not like in tune. It's very much like all who knows where it is, but that beat's going somewhere. They're just following that beat. Yeah, I would say like vocally, the lead singer, he almost is so like hands off. Like I like the mix wise, I'm like, are you actually like talking into the mic sometimes? Like he's like intentionally being hard to like understand and stuff. And it's just
Mhm.
that's what they're going for. And sometimes it's really, really loud, and sometimes it's not loud at all. And like they will cut something like in the middle of the rhythm, and it's just very strange, right? So I
Mhm.
would say like for an album, it's only 8 tracks. A lot of the tracks are long though, so you still got 40 minutes here. It kind of rewards, I would say, multiple listens, is because the first time through I'm really just listening for like what's gonna happen next, because I really don't know what the fuck's going on. And I don't listen to a lot of this kind of rock, like the noise rock stuff, the math rock stuff, so it's still more surprising to me. But yeah, I think sometimes song to songs I'm like, wow, this is like just kind of a dud for me. I need this song to end already. And sometimes that song's 8 minutes long, so it can be a challenge.
Yeah. Did you feel that way on the final track, ending fourth, which is 10 minutes? I mean
Yeah,
that
I mean,
one starts off so slow and really builds by the
yeah,
end.
the build is cool, especially because like I feel like a lot of the middle of the album I did not have a lot of time for.
Mhm.
Um, Honestly, the first track, John L, reminded me a lot of the first
Yeah.
album, and that's
Mhm.
what I would say is probably the most easy to recommend of songs off Cavalcade, just because it's, I think, again, most easy to like put in a box to be broad. So
Yeah. It's interesting because it definitely feels like they are trying to build out their sound a little bit on this. You get tracks like Marlene Dietrich or what's the other one that really stood out to me as being a little different? Diamond stuff, which is
mm,
very like toned down and like meandering and feels a bit listless in a way. But it really feels like they're going for like a maybe like a bit more of like a shoegazy feel. Marlene Dietrich is like a pretty like smooth jazz track. It feels like kind of anchored by this like very like soft strumming on the an acoustic guitar throughout, and it feels like they're trying to just like build out this sound so that they can just hit you with like the most unpredictable album possible. And I think that's the thing that makes them exciting is upon that first listen, track to track, you really have no idea what's coming next. Sometimes that grab bag falls flat. I agree. I think this album felt a little bit more flat than Schlagenheim me. But I think there's also moments on this that really bring me back to why I think Black Midi is such an exciting band. Something like, I don't even know how to say this name, Rondo Militia Patella.
mhm.
Like that is such a like worrying track. Like the drums on that just make you feel like you're in like a blender a lot of the time, and it builds up so strongly by the end where it feels like they're just like losing it. And then the next track after that, slow, is like anything but the title track. Like it feels like your like heart is like racing out your chest a lot of the time by like the pace of the guitar playing and the pluckiness of it is really, I think, those two stand out. You know, I agree. This probably isn't Black Midi's best, but I think you can hear a lot of what makes them so exciting right now. So I'd like to see how these play out live. I've never seen
Mm.
one of these groups live, and I wonder if the shows are like just like go hard and people are like moshing, or if it's more like people are like, you know, kind of okay, and then it builds up, you know, up and down. I don't know. Interesting to see. Um, so you didn't really like this one. Are you feeling like this scene might be like hitting its apex? Maybe it's like
No,
petering out, or you feel like
I wouldn't say that. I just think
no?
they were just a little indulgent this time around. Like
Hmm,
I respect it. Do what you want to do, and
yeah,
I guess in the sense that impresses me that this is the album they wanted to make. They went actually further left to center, which is historically not what a lot of bands do once they get success. So that's cool, I guess.
yeah. Good for them. Also, just want to say, "Sending Forth." It's a 10-minute track, but that like ending is pretty fucking awesome. So, um, I'd recommend checking it out. We'll definitely have a track on our playlist as always.